They were in phase 2 of the reopening of California. What does that mean? All I saw that it meant was there was a line 40 deep for the Cheesecake Factory. That's the only thing I saw personally. And I'm out. I'm out and about. I got my little mask. I'm out and about. I'm doing the stuff. I'm looking at things. And the only difference I saw between this weekend and all the other weekends is the line about 40 deep waiting to get into the Cheesecake Factory. And I got to tell you, I've never rooted for a virus more. If that's who we are as a people, that our first moment of freedom, the first thought that pops into your head is Cheesecake Factory. We got to get to the Cheesecake Factory. We don't need those people. Be honest with yourselves, too. If you were in line at the Cheesecake Factory this weekend, we don't need you or anyone you were with. If you showed up to the Cheesecake Factory, saw the line, and then like a dope waddled over there with your mask and stood there and waited in line for cheesecake, like this is communist Russia and we're waiting for our rations of borscht in the 80s, please understand, you're not the one. I know that's coming off harsh, but cheesecake is the first thing you do. That's the first thing you do. Also, I've never trusted anyone that's seen a line 40 deep and just decided to not change their plans. When you see a line 40 people deep, that means whatever you were planning on doing, you're not doing anymore. That's how that works. Unless you're in line for a show and you already have tickets. Yeah, I get it. It's going to move to the front. But you have no obligation at the Cheesecake Factory. You got none. You got no obligation to be there. That's why I've never understood amusement parks. Amusement parks, you're paying like to go to Disneyland. Well, I don't even know what it costs before all this happened. What was it, like $500,000 to go to Disneyland for a family of 4? You had to take out a loan. One of the kids, you had to pick a kid that couldn't go to college so you and the rest of the family could go to Disneyland. And what do you do there? You walk in paying top dollar to stand in line all day. Oh, you get a fast pass. What? That's just a shorter line to stand in to get on the thing. It's not better. Anytime, I wouldn't be a comedian if there was a line. I wouldn't. First time I did stand-up comedy, I went to the Comedy Co-op, and the only line I stood in was about 3 deep, and it was just to put your name in the fishbowl so they could draw it out, and you could go do open mic comedy. That's what I did it for. But if I showed up, and there was 40 people just standing there, waiting to put their name in a fishbowl, I go, I guess comedy isn't for me. It must not be for me. If this is what it takes, I gotta stand in line, I'll fly, man. I'll fly, I'll stay in hotels, I'll do bad shows, I'll pay my dues that way. But if lines were involved to do stand-up comedy, I'd quit. I wouldn't have started. It wouldn't have even been a quit. It would have been a non-start. It would have been a non-start. And by the way, if Cheesecake Factory was the only place on the planet to get cheesecake, and every time I went to the Cheesecake Factory there was a line 40 deep, I would not know the taste of cheesecake. And I love cheesecake, all right? What do they say? The human body is like 70% water. There was a lot of time in my life where my body was about 70% dairy, all right? I love cheesecake. Cheesecake is great. I don't even know if I can fully process it because after I have a lot of it, it's like you gave me a bucket of Indian food, all right? I'm going to be talking to you from the toilet for a while. I love cheesecake. Not standing in line for it. I refuse. I don't know what it is in me. I can't stand in lines. I don't know if you have this. I have it times 10. It better be something good. It better be, like, if I'm not obligated to do it, I'm not standing in that line. I stand in line at TSA because I have to get on a plane to go somewhere. That's my old life. That doesn't happen anymore. This is my new life. It's me in my living room talking to myself. But my old life, I would stand in line for TSA. Maybe I'm checking in at a busy hotel. There's a bit of a line to get up to the concierge and get your check-in stuff. Okay. Maybe you go rent a car, and there's a little bit of a line to get to the front. I have to. It's an obligation. But I've never chosen to do anything in my life and have gotten there, realized there was a line, and just stood there and went, well, this is life right now. It doesn't have to be. You can turn around and leave. Did you know that? You can just leave. You don't have to stand there like a dope going, hey, the line's moving. You don't even have to, you just get back in your car and go change your plans. That's the beautiful thing about life. You can change your plans. Or you can stand there 40 deep in front of the Cheesecake Factory and then have me have the opinion that this virus is for the best. If that's what we're doing with our freedom, is stumbling to the Cheesecake Factory. I used to think we were better than that. And then this weekend, I was shown that we're not. We're obviously not. I didn't think I was going to get that heated about this, but boy, that really struck a chord with the old Z-Man, huh?